That's my drink. Yeah, this is every country has their own little section.
So guys, tell me about this store. It's called Audiophile.
That's it. Yep.
Is it only audiophile records?
No, photobomb.
No, okay. Tell me about this store. You guys there's a lot of audiophile records here.
There is. It's the only.
Well, this is Audio Pile. There's a little play on the file.
Oh,
part,
Audio
right?
Pile?
Yeah.
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
And these guys are the esoteric ones, so they have they get a lot of really interesting independent stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy Misha Panfilov who's like library music from Estonia, and so their newsletter that comes out every week for me is like just required reading because they've got great stories about the music. Then you can listen to it on Bandcamp or whatever, and then you can come buy the vinyl.
How many Canadians does it take to go into a record shop?
I'm
Tell
trying to
me.
screw in a light bulb.
So there is an issue with American imports,
That's
and
right.
not just American, but imports. You guys get dinged. You guys get screwed.
It's an audio tax or a media tax, and so even though we get dinged with the Canadian dollar, we pay extra for bringing in an American record.
So like a $40, let's say a Rhino Hi-Fi.
Could be $75 easy, if not more.
Yikes.
And the really weird part of it is it seems sort of arbitrary, and sometimes you'll get it and it'll be like nothing, and it'll just slip through, and sometimes it'll be a surprisingly large amount. You have no idea what you're going to pay.
Yeah. So the moral of the story is, if you come to this record store, you can escape all that.
Yeah. You know what you're paying.
And if us Americans buy it, we get like 30% off
30 to 35% off.
because of the American dollar right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just should just come here and buy all your records. And then
So,
go home.
so basically, Trump's right.
QED.
It's a trick.
You will not find a Canadian who's
Nazi has tricked
this part of the
us.
world.
Yeah, I love that they took all the whiskey off the bourbon off the shelves.
Yeah.
Hold up the bag. That's kind of an audio pile. Now I get it. Audio pile. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
still reeling about that Gomer Pyle joke.
The
I know I was with my people, like someone mentioned Gomer
So here's my
Pyle.
latest.
okay.
I've
What
been
did
waiting
you?
a year for this to arrive from the States.
Nice.
Okay,
Today is the day.
show us what you got, kid.
So Rick, my friend Rick, I said I need a cluster record and I don't know cluster, and he said this is a good place to start. Start rock.
Now, was that one of those bands that were called Clusterfuck, but they dropped the fuck?
I think it was before the term clusterfuck even came into being.
Okay. And you go. Oh, you really went out.
I got a.
Oh, you know,
I don't know what this is.
This is great. I had this. Actually, I had a promo of that, and someone I know really wanted it. Coffee Dave wanted it, and we
I know
traded.
nothing about it.
It's I forgot what it is. Okay.
I got
Jazz is dead.
Dots. I got Roger Eno.
That's the younger, like,
Oh,
or
I
the
thought that
older
one- that's a
brother.
really nice
Yeah.
record.
You're in the cluster too.
Cluster.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's been a run on cluster in Vancouver.
God,
And this is for my girlfriend, so she'll kill me, Sun Ra.
Sunrise.
There you go.
Okay. And what did
You want to bring up
okay.
there?
First thing I saw, I opened the door and this was sitting there right in front of me. So I was like,
All right.
perfect. I've got
Jimmy
another
Reed.
copy of it. Jimmy Reed. And that's Father John Snood.
Right.
Just- And then I've been getting into the older Fleetwood
That's
Mac,
a great
the
period of
original-
Fleetwood Mac.
yeah.
My only criticism on this, it only has part one of Oh Well.
Right.
It doesn't have the Spanish guitar part. But that's still a great record. Oh, that's great.
And then I've always wanted it, but never picked it up. And there it was in mono. So
There it was.
And
yeah.
that's the 75th anniversary.
There you go. Fitz, this is Dagan.
Hey, Dagan.
Hey, nice to meet you.
See, this is people meeting each other for the first time.
Yeah.
There's nowhere better to meet. You meet people either in a record store, a bar, or a massage parlor. I don't know.
Have you ever read Barney's version?
Do you have all your stuff on Discogs?
this part of Miles Davis and I like Coltrane, and then he goes, oh, you got to listen to Bill Evans, you got to listen to this, and he got me totally into it because he knew, and then he did the old, if you like this, you should listen to it.
Yeah, I used to. There's just all the instruments.
I got it.
Have you been here before?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Yes.
You're interested in letting him know on video about this.
Oh, I mean, I don't really know much about it besides the fact that I guess Vancouver came in and met this cat and then
What?
wrote an album about
Oh, My Name's Buddy. Yeah, that's part of the trilogy. Chavez Ravine, Dodger Stadium. Yeah.
it. And apparently no one
And
told
I
you
flacked
until
it.
the album came out. Like, he didn't ask anyone or like talk to anyone here.
He did it.
He just
Okay.
did it, and then someone saw his album and was like, that's the cat. That's
That's
the cat. Red Cat Records. Yeah, bro.
So we talked about this earlier.
I'm very excited. I've been streaming this. It's a great concept record on the life of Dennis Hopper.
Turn it over.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's like, and it's a double album.
Double album, yeah.
Very cool.
What a cover, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, very much based on Dennis Hopper's life.
Cool. A volatile life.
Volatile life. And
Yeah.
there's a little clip from the reading of the poem If by Rudyard Kipling, which apparently he read at some awards ceremony, and it's a great poem.
Cool.
You know, victory and defeat is the same imposters.
You'll have to check that out. Cool.
Well,
Now,
one
okay.
of the places
Do I?
that
Am
I
I?
love in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I'm checking out right now with Mazzi's Neptune Records. And please check out Mazzi, check out the vids, and doo-doo-loo-doo, Mazzi.
Is this the shtick? Is this the shtick? So do I have to pay extra for the finger thing? Is that? I do that. I like to go do that. Is that a different thing? It's nice to meet you. Can you hold your records up? This is like the record of the Canadian week.
We always go to hunt. Like Scott Rose, they used to have it in China.
There you go. You can. It's movement. There's motion here, so you can move.
Around the corner.
Yeah.
And you're like covered with plastic nets, and you've got like this glass.
What are you picking up there? Oh, you got Dennis Hopper. Everybody, apparently it's the hot seller in Vancouver today.
Oh. Yeah, it's been a while.
You look like Dylan. You know Dylan, Noble Records?
I don't know if I do actually.
Oh,
Noble Records.
Noble
Oh,
Records?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I've met Dylan a few times in North Carolina.
Yeah,
Was it because you got a beard? And
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, I really want to check out his story. He's got,
Man.
it's really cool stuff through there.
So we're here in the dungeon. Happy birthday, Rob! A big 7-0.
Yeah.
That was quite the party last night.
It was fun.
Yeah, a lot of people there. It was packed.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, I thought people would be coming over the evening, coming and going, but everybody came at the same time, so it was like a bit overwhelming. I'm trying to talk to everybody.
You
I
can't-
didn't really get to talk as much as I'd like to.
But you can't. You can't.
No,
That's,
I know,
it's not
I
for
know.
that. But look at this. This is now. we haven't shown the GIMP in a while, but we won't talk
Don't
about
ask
that.
any questions.
Someone comes into our store and they come in and they say, "Oh my God, where do I even start?" I know that they're not going to buy anything. It's for some reason when they say that, it's, I don't know, it's whether to draw attention to something else or make you think they're going to buy something, but they have no intention of buying anything. And it seems to be like every time that happens, they're not going to buy anything.
There's a British
so
word.
weird.
There's a British word for those people. It's called wanker.
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty funny though.
Anyway,
How it happens every single
cheers.
time.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Thanks.
We're in the basement of Neptune Records, and with our
So far,
friend.
nothing untoward's happened.
No, this is great. In this room was the Canadian Prime Minister. What's his name?
Mark Carney.
Mark Carney.
That's it.
What a great name for a
He's
politician.
been prime
eh?
minister
Carney.
for like 2 months.
And we're the ones in America that has the clown. You.
I know.
That's amazing. So, what are your 3 favorite artists?
So it might change from month to month or week to week, but basically, I think about the Clash. I think I got to see Strummer and the Clash play a few times, and I always come back to the Clash, and Strummer in particular, and his solo work as well. Neil Young and Bob Dylan probably would also be among my favorites. Having so many of their records and just absolutely loving their music and been following them for years. You know, it's been a part of the fabric of my life is when a Dylan or a Neil Young record has been released. And amazingly, both those artists are still putting out stuff that I love today, right? Like Rough and Rowdy Ways during the pandemic, Neil Young, Barn, you know, there's just so much stuff that they're still putting out that's good. I love that.
And Dylan and Neil Young probably have the best archival release, consistent. Now, are you all in on all the Neil Young?
I'm very close to all in, but you know, to say you're all in on Neil, it would be very easy to find 1 or 2 that you haven't. So, I mean, I've got all 3 of the archive box sets, the original sort of boxes, not the retail version. So that was having to mortgage the house for that. But I do have most of the Bob archival stuff and most of the Neil and most of their catalog.
I want you to talk to me a little bit about some of the collections here. Okay. So, are these organized in any way, or what's the deal?
Okay,
here?
So I've got 2 walls here. This one is sort of more the box sets. So there is not alphabetized because really there's sort of like these 2 boxes. I think many of these you'd be familiar with, if not all of these. I think the ones that in particular, you know, getting the 10 record fragments, I do love Time Out of Mind, and having that box was a big decision, and I really like that. The other big one is Funhouse. This is the, I don't know, 18 records of Funhouse, I think. And Stooges. Right. Lots more Grateful Dead, so RFK and St. Louis and things like that. The Lifehouse, Who's Next, big one.
Okay.
I'm a huge Lou Reed fan too, so I've got Lou's collection there in the New York box set. And these are all alphabetized, and this is basically rock, folk, pop stuff. So all the way from A, and then it goes down to Neil down there with some of those Neil box sets down there as well. And then CDs,
Is this Kate Bush?
That's Kate Bush, yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. I got this, which is like 50 classical. I'm not a big classical music guy, but this is one I'm sort of going through and making notes on, trying to figure out what I like and what I don't like. The David Bowie ones. Mm-hmm. And there's some nice outtakes from those, and then some books as well, rock and roll books.
The Art of Rock. I have a big version of this one. This is a great book. This is a lot of the Fillmore, but not just the Fillmore and Avalon. I have that one, and there's also one of just the Fillmore stuff, of Bill Graham stuff.
Right. And then posters. So I've been collecting posters for a while. That was the first Dead and Company show I saw at the Gorge, southeast of Seattle.
Yeah, I read the Hopper bio last year. I ordered it from the UK. And bio was great. Interesting kind of history, which I didn't know all of.
So it's a record about Dennis Hopper? That's kind of wild.
About Dennis Hopper. There's, there's a reference to the Blue Velvet, when he does the whole fuck this.
Mommy.
There's a song of, pretty much. It's
Mommy.
It's, right from early times to references the last movie and all that. But,
Easy Rider,
very good.
reference of
and got that Waterboys Mike Scott thing happening. So
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm finding the Canadians are so nice. You know, the way no, but the way the president of the United States has been treating you, us Americans, most of us really like you, and I don't even feel upset that they took all the American whiskey off the shelves.
Well, I was just down seeing Dead and Company at the Sphere, and I was chatting with some people there, and the conversation is the same as what Melanie Joly and other politicians here say, which is just simply, we have no issue with Americans. It's the politics that we have an issue with. So.
And it's such a waste. Like, really? What did Canada do to us, really? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know people hate when I talk politics, but
we nipped it in the bud.
It's my channel. I can do whatever I
A
want.
bottle of Canadian whiskey while you're here.
Yeah, exactly. But I have to declare that.
Yeah, you can declare one bottle.
No way. What is this? Happy birthday, Rob. 70 years old. 70. We're the same age now. I know. For 6 months. Yeah. 6 months. Oh, you're way older than me. August, I'll be here 75. Happy birthday. This is good. Now, who is the band? Who is the band? Well, it's a put together band. Scott Smith is one of the top guitar players in Vancouver. They put a kind of a super group together. They're just all great session players. They play in all kinds of different bands. It's a super group. So it's a super group. It's like Blind Faith. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Except they all get along. Happy birthday. Thank you, man. Yeah. Glad you made it. Yeah.
Strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm never back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta, weather's good there in the fall. I got some friends that I can go to working for. Still I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. For strong winds